Hello everyone, my name is Antunde and I'm going to be explaining Kubernetes label. You can think of a label as a way for you to tag an object in Kubernetes, and one of the objects that we have in Kubernetes is pod. A pod can be tagged with label for identification purpose. Now, how do we tag a pod? This is a tag. This is a tag, right? That is now this is the deployment, right? And in this deployment we are going to add labels, and the label is going to be applied to every pod that were created by this deployment for identification purpose and also for selection purpose. And the question is, what do I mean by selection purpose? After the pods have been created and tagged, if deployment controller needs to make any action, needs to make any updates, it identifies those pods through the labels, through the tags that was attached to them. Now, you do that, you specify which tags it's going to be using to identify the ports that the deployment is in charge of through what we call a selector. Remember, you provide the tag, the label rather, to the pod here, but you specify how the controller selects which pod it's going to apply any update to through the selector. In this case, I'm saying this deployment controls the pod that has the label app equals to nginx. We call this kind of label equality-based label, and also that has this expression to be true. This expression right here. What does this expression represent? I'm going to show it to you. If you go down here, we have, this is an example of equality-based selector because we are dealing with equal to and not equal to. In the case of set-based requirement, whereby we are dealing with something like environment in production or keyway, that means that if the environment is production or QA, so that's like you're dealing with a set. This one means the key is neither front end nor back end, right? So that is an expression based, a set based kind of label. So I'm saying in this case, match the first thing you do is match this label, then go ahead and match this label. How does it interpret this label? It looks for the ports with the key environment, and one of its values is QA, right? So any port that matches this and also matches it are going to be selected by the deployment controller for maybe updates or anything that we need to do. Now, I went ahead and um, create the deployment, and also from the deployment created one pod just like we specified here, right? And let's look at the pod itself. So let's describe the pod. As you can see, the pod itself has been tagged just the way we specified here, right? So once the deployment is ready to update, is ready to apply changes to this pod, you simply look for this label, right? And this label are going to evaluate to true on this pod. That brings this pod under the control of this deployment. So just to go over label. Label is a way to tag an object in Kubernetes, and also a way to identify what belongs to what. what you control, what you don't control. That's a label. Just think of a label as a naming system. Well, I won't really say naming system, like attribute. Attribute that identifies an object or uniquely define them if possible, or identify an object or a group of objects. That's a label. It identifies a group of objects or an object in particular. A way to make reference to something. All right. Thank you very much.